Hey everybody, this is Strategic Command World at War Total Realism Project, TRP version 0816, Lothos versus Machiafish. I am Lothos. I'm playing the Axis. This is episode 106, turn 211. So let's see what he did. We had our attack on Pearl, which was very, very risky because the US does get what, something like 6 carriers to begin with. So, I know he's got a couple in the Atlantic. So that's my hope. He doesn't have enough firepower to do a counterattack. So let's see what he did. That's my main focus right now. Everything else is kind of secondary. Because this can turn into a midway very quickly. Very, very quickly. Wow, he's got a lot of subs. I guess my hope panned out because I was hoping he wouldn't have enough. And as you saw, his sub wasn't able to demolish the amphib. That's one of the reasons you got to keep up those techs. If you're a naval power, it helps negate some of that attack. I wish I could see how much damage he was taking. Oh, yeah. Good shot. I guess he overflying his fighters or not putting his fighters close to the coast. Oh, there he goes. Well, there's one of the American carriers. He's got a lot of ships there. All right, so we're going to have to do some adjustments with our headquarters here. Oh, God. All right, so let's see what kind of weather do we get. He's got that huge fleet. We saw one American carrier. I think he's got two over there. I got a lot of fortress completed. What are we looking at weather-eyes here? God, I wish that this weather was there last round. So our goal is to destroy him. And we're going to start prepping. That's our main objective. Let's see here in Russia. So we got clear weather in the north. Clear weather in the south. That doesn't really help. And he's thinning out over here. And then him. Since the minimum is really 2 sides, because if you switch it to 1, if you notice, it's 40 days, so it does, you could always do a minimum of 2. So do that. The other spot was the Italians. Where do we want to start? think I want to follow this river line here. That's my next spot. So let's do a 3-sider. And then him. I don't think you can build a fort here. Nope, you cannot. So I wasted a turn, so I'll end up building it next round over there. How's my supply situation here? Ah. So he actually linked to him. Well, before I forget, because we forgot last round, and that's extremely important. Oh, and then the Italians get level 3 fighters. We're going to have to sneak that in at some point. So over here. We know he's got an artillery unit there. And because of the bad weather, he can go this way, but he cannot go this way. So if we're trying to get to the artillery unit, that may be the best spot. But that artillery unit's going to be entrenched level 4. This is not going to be easy. For the Italians, let's get them up. And I'm thinking we're going to have to transport another one. We got this guy, which I can send. Yep. Slowly getting them down there. I'm going to just slowly walk him over here. Decide how to shift these. I wish I had one more headquarters, but I really don't. One of the things we could do is that will at least make it so that if he bombs Oran for supplies, it will hurt. I need to pause this. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Trying to figure out how to maneuver this here. He's not really helping because I haven't seen any tanks, so I'm thinking of pulling him out. And then what I would like to do is actually, maybe this is the right answer. Move him back. Move him out. He's on standby. I think that's the best I could do for right now. Trying to fight for every inch. Trying to keep him down here as long as possible. So, buy myself as much time as humanly possible in Russia. So here, the weather is hurting me because I have to spend extra movement points. I'm flipping them because at some point I'm going to move him up, as you kind of say, redirect fire so that the artillery will hit him and he'll just de-entrench this guy. Because my thinking is we need to focus everything on here. Any new units for the Italians? Infantry Corps, Infantry Division. slaughtering of my subs. That was a brand new sub. I don't think he's going to survive. Bring him out. Trying to draw his ships in. Since he's got his fleet keeps hanging around here. And he's got almost everything down there. Maybe I can sink a carry or two. Get him to pull some of the stuff down here out. Okay, so we got the one partisan. Got this guy over here. Limit his movement with zones of control. Oh. Can't move out. He's stuck. All right, so what do I do here? That city is now open. He's got no artillery near it. This guy's in danger. And it'll at least help me get across that river. And that city's now starting to heal. Till the weather clears up there, nothing I can do. Uh-oh. There you go. Like, clicking on the unit and it's not doing anything. So we may have to flip these two so I can reach with 3 Stukas there. What did Germany finish researching ground attack weapons? Hmm. Cool thing is when I do this assault, it will open up that big hole in the gate to Moscow. Look at, he's got all of his armor focused there. We're just waiting for the good weather. So in the meantime, let's see. He does have the anti-aircraft, so he will get hit with 1. Which hits do I have to take? 3D entrench. So I can send the fighter in to get hit by 1. And then the bomber can get hit by 1. I mean, it's definitely worth taking the city. He's going to then level my guy. But it is bad weather, so there's a chance my guy will survive. Small, but possible. All right, I like that. I may take some shots at his artillery unit, too. Who can reach him? So that's 2. That's 3. and do him, him, you missed. I'm thinking of trying for it. Let's see. I'm going to see what he had there. Let's try to take advantage of this while the weather's bad. How's our supplies look? We're getting ready to basically annihilate this guy. This whole section of his front is falling apart. Mainly because he's got so many troops here. I would not have this many. I'd have quite a few of them over in this area here to keep the Germans busy and spreading their forces out. But that's just me. Let's increase. This is the Romanian one. Might as well increase them all, including the ground attack. Where do I want to send this guy? You know, the artillery there. No supplies in that area. I think they're good. Yeah, everything's really good. Tula is a great supply point. While we wait. We're waiting for this massive assault. Thank God he's got some of his artillery here. Sort of has it spread out. If he had it all focused here, I'd be in trouble. I don't think he can see what's going on. Alright, so now we've spotted his militia unit over there, which does not make me happy. Now I'm back to having to bring the infantry corps backwards. And let's send an infantry division up there too. You can go 1, 2, 3, and then really outflank me, so I'm retreating back to the city. Oh, that's right. Got another armor corps. Where would he be helpful? We also got a German sub. And an armored division. Division, I think, is going to be more helpful down in Italy and North Africa. But that corps. Could use it down here, but I don't have enough air power. If I want to go for Moscow, I'm going to need the armor corps. Right now, my attacks in this area is lacking because I only have 1. This area has 4. Armor corps, 2 mechanized. Yeah. Let's send them over here. All right. Research, Germany. Let's do the last one. Round attacks. And then purchase. I think we were trying to build the Romanian units. Bulgarians got the motorized. Hungary, motorized, mechanized, armored division. So I think I was going to start building the armored divisions. Germany built everything. Which is nothing, I mean, this is actually kind of normal. There it comes to a point where Germany reaches its peak. And if you remember historically, they built a large Romanian, Bulgarian, Hungarian armies. They equipped them. It wasn't until the later parts where they started having issues. So let's go ahead and build the armored divisions. Romanian, that was Hungarian. Build a Romanian. Still have 189 left. think I should use that to upgrade people in France. Because there's always a possibility he's gonna launch a 43 D-Day. Because I'm not seeing much motion from him in the Pacific. Well, let's take a look at his ship count. Well, he's getting U.S. ships coming in. I'm going to assume that those are probably light carriers. You're done. The people on the coast first. There we go. All right, now on to Japan. Ooh, clear weather. How's my supplies? Good. Those two fighters have poor supplies, though. Thing is my fighters are not in position. Uh-huh. Okay. We'll fall back. We're going to have to take a different approach here. And that's looking like a good target. Because I have a feeling this is all filled up. The other thing is I could just take a defensive posture and let him come to me and just kind of say, hey, you know, I reached my max point. So I could also send those guys to Australia and try to take the Australians out. I have that force invade here, so his alternate capital disappears, and then I have, after taking Hawaii, I have the second force come down here. So maybe let's see how this Hawaii thing plays out. Which one did he attack? It's one with a strike as well. Mm-hmm. Now gone blind. Nobody can get near him. God, he's got a lot of subs. Ugh. Not having any luck with that, am I? Oh, come on. Oh my God. I want those subs dead. Thank you. At least I got one. Oh, brother. clicking on it, but nothing's happening. There you go. He's blind right now, so he can't really see. We're trying to prevent anything going into that port. Oop, darn it. So this is still in question. Because I didn't realize he had so many subs. That's a lot of damn subs. Ouch. And I believe he's got an elite unit here. So purpose of here is I don't want him to transport something in here. I doubt he's going to bring a plane because he knows my carriers are nearby, and if he flies any plane, they're doomed to death. I don't want him to fill in the hex because it gives me an option for invading if I want to. But it is risky. What I'm doing is extremely risky. All right, so here. Well, I don't see his anti-aircraft, so his anti-aircraft's probably right here. So he's covering that again. Which is fine, so we'll bomb that. And now I'm at level 3 fighters, so he should, of course, not take damage. We got this guy now free. We've upgraded everybody along the front. So now, what we want to do is... I'm not worried about the hill, but forest. We've got 2 cores sitting right here. What do I do? And I'm not sure. Do I go for Australia, or do I try to push everything I can into India? So he's got a good defense there, a good defensive line. My guys can reach, but it's not really a strong point. This would be an easier port. That port looks really weird. I gotta fix Madras. Let me make a note of that. I'm gonna pause this for a second, take a note, and then come right back. All right, I'm back. I had to also take a, since I was looking at it, I noticed that some of these ports don't even have roads. Look at Bombay. There's a road to one of the ports, but not the second one, so I'll have to fix that for the next release. I took some extra notes down. So, what do I want to do? I need to break out. I need to give his artillery multiple targets so he can't lock me down. I'm thinking of trying to attack here. The other option is Madras. Madras is such a long ways away from Calcutta. And what I want to do is I want to split his forces up and really put the maximum pressure on there. I have only one headquarters. I mean, the other thing is to, like I was saying, is maybe just go for Australia. I do have the forces for that. I take out this side first and throw everybody on back on amphibs, and then come and hit the other side. That is an option. While he's sitting here worried about me trying to advance here. And if I take Australia out, that pretty much secures the entire South, what's left of the South Pacific for me. So then Japan is just fighting on 2 fronts, but it does give India a lot of time to build up more. And let's see over here. Does he have any Australians? That's Jerusalem. I thought there was like Australian divisions. I may have died when we were pushing into Brook. One of the reasons why I want to attack this side first is if I attack here, there's no point. He's just going to basically flop over to here to his new capital. So if I take this area out first, it really becomes impossible for him to ever take it back. And then I can come in and invade from the other end. Yeah, I'm thinking that's kind of the better option. So let's go take a defensive posture. I'm going to take a defensive posture. I'm going to take him out of paratrooper mode. We'll flip them too. Take the Marines. We'll leave them as reserves. Paratroopers we can leave here. And fighters we have to adjust. Put them in a spot where they can get supplies, but at the same time also do some heavy damage to them. We'll leave the Marine here so in case he does an amphib. And he's here like as my backup. Backup supply point. For these guys, let's start our march to the South Pacific. For these ships, who is damaged? You are going for repairs. Who needs supply? You need supply. Anybody else need repairs? We can actually speed some of this up. The only thing is you can't do the amphibs because you can't get the, even if you put them next to a port, their supply doesn't come back. I noticed that once, and I was just like, huh. I don't like that. So you basically, you got to be careful on how many times you push them. So, change of plans. It'll make India harder later on, if we even get to invade India. Like they say, any plan that cannot be changed is doomed to failure before it even starts. And we actually can get a hex on Perth right here. We take Perth, the rest of this area will fall. It's not really an issue. What carrier is that? Let's go to you. So he'll think that my fleet is still around there and he'll be hesitant. And that's what I'm hoping for will buy me just enough time to launch my quick invasion of Perth. He won't have a chance to react to it. I take it the same time. We'll see how Hawaii plays out. I'm hoping worst case scenarios is I'm forced to retreat, which is a possibility. I'm considering it. Because I did not realize he had so many subs, and they took me, they drained my offensive power. So I'm going to see what he's going to do next turn. If he brings his whole fleet out and starts pounding me, especially these ships here, I am going to pull back. Because I've used so much of my supplies. My guys are low on supplies. I won't be able to survive many rounds. Combat. Good. Act as my forward scouts. So, what about these guys? I'm going to put them on amphibs. So, research Japan. Just wow, I'm gonna put it into ASW because he's got so many subs. I wasn't gonna go above 2, but he left me no choice. And what can I purchase with what I have left? We'll just do one then. Maybe next time we could next turn we can do some buying more light cruisers since I just lost one. I'll do him because he's flexible. I may have to send him someplace as an emergency. You never know. He may have to come into this area right in here. He tries to launch an attack. This guy's now been upgraded, so I'm going to move. I'm going to bring him down to cover that city since he's fully entrenched. The engineer, after he builds that fort, I'm going to have him come down here and build a fortification here. I think that's it. I think we're done. Touch and go, touch and go. The attack on Pearl is not going the way I had foreseen. He's got a sub around here somewhere with 1 point, but I can't do anything about it. I don't know where he is. And I could try. Yeah. Not going to find him. That's why he was supposed to stay up there to give him some air cover. I think, though, he's going to go with what he knows, and he's going to probably, if he is preparing a counterattack, he's going to hit here. Okay, folks, I think that is it. It's been a pretty wild turn. Took another city, getting around his defenses. He is trying to scurry and build up a new layer of defenses. But as you see, this is the goal right here. Everything's set up for right there. We're just waiting for that weather. We annihilate these two. The road to Moscow is opened. Yep. Got a lot of artillery fire in that area. This over here is just more of a distraction. I'm trying to get in. It's sort of working, as you can see. He's got his anti-aircraft. He's got his 2 artillery, a 3rd artillery piece. All of this focusing, where all of this is going to end up getting rerouted to this direction. Moscow falls. This is just going to collapse over there. All right, folks, that's the end of it. Let's do next round. No guts, no glory. All right, folks, till next round.